What's going on, people? It's your boy Clive Belvin. So yeah, here we are, 10th episode of the weigh-in. Boys, introduce yourself.
Steve in the house.
Ray is in the building.
So, yesterday night, Jesus, what a fight. Joshua Povetkin. Steve, talk to me.
Joshua showed all of his typical frailties. Okay.
Jesus!
I've got to say,
already.
I've got to say, what was that tree? What was that tree called on Tekken? Fucking Mokujin.
Oh yeah.
He's doing his best Mokujin impression there. He's like, and then what have they started doing? Well, where was his left hand? What is he doing? Well, they tried to get him to relax. And
Hey, let's not Povetkin. This guy, he's been unbeaten for 5 years. You know, he's only 34 years old. He's been in a ring with the best.
He's 39 years old.
Oh, Jesus
A little
Christ.
bit up in there.
Yeah, he's 39 years old. He's you know, he's a small heavyweight. He weighed in at 15 stone 10. Yeah, 39 years old, and he's well past it. And all of his best performances, he's a known drug cheat. So we would have to say his best performances came when he was on steroids. So he clearly is not on those steroids anymore. And he was still able to give Joshua that kind of work in the first 3 rounds.
Yeah, before the knockout, I actually had the fight 3-3.
Yeah, exactly.
Povetkin with those hand combinations, he was dangerous with his left.
It would uppercut, especially.
He couldn't miss. He couldn't miss with those shots, and he was you know, he's throwing overhand rights and big left hooks, and Joshua cannot defend against those. And his only like weapon last night was just outlast Povetkin. It was just a war. It was just like, well, it was a war of attrition, and thankfully he's younger, stronger, and bigger, and fresher. And that was the only thing that got him through that fight last night.
He also showed that he could take those punches, those heavy hits.
Big whoop. A tree could take very heavy hits.
Let's put some respect.
Put Deontay Wilder in with him. Yeah. You know, he's not taking those. He's not taking those hits. He's not taking those hits.
Do you honestly think Wilder's gonna have him?
He won't sign the fight with Wilder. Where's he signing that fight?
Well,
he's got Dillian Whyte lined up for his next fight. He knows the map, and it does not entail anyone, Fury or Wilder. Listen, yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Wait, listeners, remember this, because if Steven's right, you lot need to go out to him and say that you heard the news here first.
Yeah, exactly.
F Mystic Mac is Mystic Steve in the building.
TWI number 10. Remember,
everyone's onto him already. Like, they're giving him a lot of shit.
Good. Why is he lining up the Dillian Whyte fight?
I'm sure. I don't think that'll happen. Like, surely not. Like,
it's happening.
I thought Chisora and White were still going at it.
Yeah, that's
it. Uncles, man. I love it when we get together, man.
Like a family gathering.
Oh, man, fuck's sake. Like this guy.
Yeah.
But surely, like yesterday, so all over Instagram. So yeah, Joshua just won, and everyone's just talking about the fact that he's ducking Wilder this, Wilder that, and he knows himself that shit. You know what? I'm gonna have to take this fight next. Like, I have to fight the winner of Fury or Wilder come April.
Yeah, he's sending them some bullshit contracts here where he's trying to get every advantage in the book. He's trying to underpay people, and he'll fight him under those situations. He won't fight him in a fair fight. He won't give those guys. He won't give those guys the respect as champions, lineal champions, WBC champions. You know, fair men in fair fights. They've signed up to fight each other, so they're fair men who will fight each other. Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn are the problem in the heavyweight division.
I won't say Eddie Hearn. I won't say Anthony Joshua. I'll say more Matchroom, because at the end of the day,
according to Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua steers the ship. You've heard him say Anthony Joshua steers the ship.
Stop this, man. We know how this works, man. The promoters always make themselves try, because he's already seen as a scumbag and he knows that. So he's making himself look cleaner by saying, "Oh, it's not me, it's Joshua." I don't believe that one bit, because at the end of the day, who controls Sky Sports Boxing is Eddie Hearn. He is the unofficial leader of Sky Sports Boxing. Let's not dilly-dally around.
If fighters want to fight, if fighters want to fight, the fight will happen. Yeah. If he rings up Eddie Hearn, and he says, "Look, Eddie, if you don't fucking make that fight, I'm gonna sign with someone else." Yeah, this is ridiculous. I need to make this happen. Yeah. He has that kind of pull. He knows he doesn't want. The wheels will come off the ship.
Do you know what Eddie Hearn then says? Guess what? You can get more money by drawing it out.
And Anthony Joshua says, "Yes, please, because I'd like to draw out that arse whip, but I'm going to get off Deontay Wilder."
Listen, do you think maybe just waiting for that other platform with this to build up, and maybe he wants to plan that fight, I don't know, sometime next year as a business move?
I think it is. A lot of it is a business move.
Oh, what? The Mayweather business move where you wait till Pacquiao looks like dog shit and then get in the ring with him. Is that the game plan?
That's different.
Is that what you want to see in boxing?
No, that's different. No. Do you want to know why that's different? Because at least with Mayweather, he done that with multiple opponents. With Joshua, they're not saying
Fury and Wilder. Multiple opponents.
The trend is there.
I'll tell you what. Look, I'm an Arsenal fan. Yeah, Man City look really good right now. I want to play them in 4 years' time. Because like right now we can't have them. Yeah, let's just do that. Why don't we just do that? It's like no, you got to take your licks. You got if you're saying you're the best, you're filling out 80,000 tickets because everyone's saying you're the best, you're the big king.
Yeah.
Go and prove it.
It's the politics of the boxing game, unfortunately.
You own the boxing game. Donald Trump's the president of the United States of America. They own politics. He does what the fuck he wants. Andy Joshua does what he wants in boxing.
No, he doesn't, man. Let's not.
He can fight who he wants. Yeah,
he can.
If he stepped to Fury and he stepped to Wilder, he said, "I'll give you a fair fight." Yeah, let's go 50-50 on the judges, on the referee, on everything.
50-50 though.
Surely not finances.
All right,
no one's going 50-50. All
right, maybe not finances, but a fair crack of the whip in the ring then.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, a fair crack of the whip in the ring. Like when you've got all the judges against you, you know them Eddie Hearn shows are bullshit.
So the fight beforehand, right? Campbell against Mendy. I had Mendy win that fight by 4 rounds at least, and everyone around me went, shocked. Like, really? Did that just happen?
I didn't watch that fight properly. I saw like sort of glimpses of it. I watched a few rounds. And again, there's Carl Froch saying it's a sensational boxing masterclass from Luke Campbell. I see a guy with no power running around flicking a jab out to save his life.
Mate, Mendy
looked like the boss in there. He was walking forward, and Campbell looked like he was just trying to survive the whole fight.
Mendy was that predator in the Serengeti. He eyed up his prey. He was going for it. Campbell was.
He looked like an injured gazelle. He fights like an injured gazelle.
Good. Let me tell you something. This episode is now called Game of Thrones, and Stephen is coming for people's scalps.
Scott signed by Frank Warren.
Stephen is coming for people's scalps.
I'm telling you now, it's I just don't like to see like the
politics.
It's the guy put a lot of time into this game, and I don't like to see like the game being brought into disrepute. Like you've got 2 guys who haven't got all the belts actually stepping up and fighting each other, having the best fight in the heavyweight division, and you got a geezer who's just bought all the titles of people. Who'd you win your first title off? Charles Martin after.
If he's the champ though.
What after Fury after they took it off Fury after Eddie Hearn put some money in people's pockets. Let's be real. Yeah, it was a good win against Klitschko. I'll give him that. Yeah, 2 years after Fury humbled him. He had a life and death with it with a 41-year-old man. Good win. Yeah, the rest of it nonsense.
Parker.
Yeah, Parker's a good fighter, but sort of in that kind of B level. Do you know what I mean? Like Dillian White dealt with him thereafter. So. How much can you really like? And he's already dealt with Dillian White in 7 rounds. Yeah. Then line up the Dillian White fight next.
Thing is, that'll cause so much uproar.
What's that?
If what Steve's saying is correct, and that is the fact that he'll fight Dillian White next.
But then but here's the
April's booked. Yeah.
No. Here's the only issue. This is the point where the public needs to stop complaining, and you need to put your money where your mouth is. Or this time, put your money in your pockets and say, we are not spending money on fights that are not the biggest fights. And that's when people have to we'll find that people have a backbone to say, I'm putting my money in my pocket.
Bruv, I streamed that fight last night illegally. Yeah, out of principle. I've got 20 quid to pay for a fight. Yeah, but I'm not supporting that nonsense. I'm not going to that fight. I'm not supporting this nonsense until you start fighting the best. I'll pay 100 quid for Fury against Wilder because it's the best fight. I love boxing. I like to see the best fight the best. If I see a British title fight, I don't care what level it is. I like to see 2 even guys get in the ring and put it on the line to say, look, I'm gonna get in there and prove I'm the best. Anthony Joshua, for me, he's a businessman. Yeah, and he's commodifying boxing. And it's like, good for you. You're good at what you do. You're making a ton of cash. But I ain't supporting that. And I don't think other people should. Well, you want to watch some guy just get richer and richer?
Mate, you're going to love this, right? So, IFL. I was watching a few videos this morning, right? And interview from Shannon Briggs. And he was talking about... I think you'll change your mind after...
The infamous Shannon Cannon.
And he was talking about potential opponents.
Oh, dear.
And he was like, you know what? Yeah, I think you should fight Wilder. But before that, he used to fight Baby Miller. And I was like, mate, pause.
Wait. But keep in mind, him and Baby Miller are associates. I don't know if they're friends, but they're associates. So I think he's just looking out for his associate by saying, fight Baby Miller. And he also knows...
I know, but like you know, we're doing this podcast, yeah, and we want to give it to people real, yeah. I don't work for Sky Sports. I'm not gonna say that Luke Campbell's performance last night was a sensational boxing masterclass. I'm gonna call it as it is. Yeah. And Anthony Joshua against Baby Miller is a bum fight. And it's a bum fight. Get the fuck out of it. Do you know what I mean? Dylan White's already been dealt with in 7 rounds. Fight the best. Step up, yeah. You backed out that Deontay Wilder fight, yeah. And you're just trying to navigate the heavyweight scene at the minute, yeah. When there's better fighters than you out there, and you're calling yourself, you're a phony champion right now.
It's a stroke of genius, right? What?
Steve's words, not Raymond. Steve's words, not Raymond.
But both Wilder and Fury announced in their fight, right?
I love it.
The morning of the Joshua fight.
Yeah, it's good. But no, do you know why it's good? Because they are positioning themselves so that they let people know. Listen, this is the real fight. So after they have their fight. After they have their fight, and they got the WBC belt, so that is the belt. WBC is the belt that everyone recognises.
I don't mind them taking strategies to try and publicise their thing and try and get people through the door. Yeah, like, you know, whatever kind of like little sort of way they can do that.
They haven't got that powerhouse that is matchroom boxing.
Yeah, exactly, because they've got the goods. Yeah? If you've got the actual goods, and people are just saying, like, you can't make people believe it because the juggernaut that is matchroom boxing and Sky Sports have made people believe some other rubbish. It's just they've got to do what they've got to do. But, you know, make no mistake, people, that the best heavyweight fight that's happening this year is Deontay Wilder against Tyson Fury. Yeah,
for sure.
And, you know, Andy Joshua, as Frank Warren would say, he's conning the public.
Uncle Frank,
Listen, man, everyone cons the public. It's a matter of who does it best. Right now, it's matchroom. There was a point when Frank Warren was conning the public best. So then, that's what it goes back. It's just a matter of politics. Everyone's just fighting their corner. Matchroom is fighting their corner the best right now. So then now it is up to Frank Warren to even the odds and say, listen, we've got Fury versus Wilder right now. This is the fight you want to see. And if they can leverage the public to... Cause where is that fight? Is that going to be in the UK or US?
It's US. It's West Coast. It's going to be either in LA or Las Vegas.
Because if you ask me, I think they should have done it in the UK. Because at the end of the day, right now, the UK has the boxing scene.
Yeah, but the pay-per-view money in America and the TV money is just...
But it's Wilder a big guy in America like that.
But because it's such a big... Because it's a standardised continent. So you've got a market of 350 million people versus a market of 60 million people.
True.
So just percentages-wise, if 5% of the population watch it in America or 5%, it's just a bigger number.
And plus, Fury loves to be the underdog. Look what he did in Germany.
But... No, my thing is...
Also in America, they give people a fair shake. You know? You go to Vegas...
We saw what happened last week.
Listen, man.
To be fair...
Listen. Do not let me get into Pacquiao's old fights. Do not let me get into...
Well, he used to beat people up and knock them out.
Listen. All I'm saying...
I get what you mean.
It took Marquez 4 fights to have to put this guy down before Marquez got the nod. That's all I'm saying. But what I will say is this. I think if it is in America, they've still got to find a way to popularize. They got to popularize Wilder in America to the point where they care. Because at this point, I just feel like a lot of them see Wilder as he's just our heavyweight representative rather than we love Deontay Wilder. Do you get what I'm saying? Because with Anthony Joshua, it's not like, oh well, he's just the biggest UK rep.
You get loved by putting it on the line against big fighters. He hasn't done enough right now to be like, who's he beat? Do you know what I mean? You got like the Lewis Ortiz one set him on his way, and we all got a lot more respect for him after that fight because Lewis Ortiz is a good fighter and he came through it. If he comes through Tyson Fury, now you're like, this guy's the goods. But this guy is a heavyweight world champion.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but when you're saying, I've got a 40 fight resume, 39 knockouts, my best win is Romain Stavern.
Yeah.
No one's respecting you as a champion.
Yeah.
Do you know? And then after you beat Ortiz, he's on his way. But you can't just say, oh, now he's the best. Now he's best.
Yeah.
Now he's fighting Fury. Now you'll start to see people start to love him now. Eddie Hearn saying, I was banging the drum. I would bang the drum for Wilder. I would make him so famous. So it's like, boxers don't get famous because of going on chat shows. Boxers get famous for knocking out.
But it helps in terms of like getting the general public on your side. That's one thing. That's what the only thing with Deontay Wilder. I feel like he hasn't got enough publicity.
You are right. If both makes it combustible, and that sets your career on fire. Yeah. One without the other, it doesn't work. Either doesn't work. Yeah. So you need both. Yeah.
There's a lot of bullshit in boxing. So when the negotiations were taking place with Joshua and Wilder, there was that talk about, yes, I'll be sending you 50 million, got the cash out. What do you make of all that?
It's all BS. Wait, is Anthony Wilder? Is Deontay Wilder an Al Heyman guy?
I think he is.
Yes.
But that's why I'm shocked, because Al Heyman is normally the guy to get these deals done. So I don't know whether it's a situation where Eddie Hearn's just like sticking it to Al Heyman because he's just like, you're not the big boy anymore.
You look at reputations, like you just said. Al Heyman is the guy to get big fights made. Yeah, he's got experience dealing with big money deals. Yeah, so he's not some small fry who comes to the table. He's like making dumb offers. Yeah. And then Eddie Hearn's just protecting his interest. Do you know what I mean?
Milking that cow.
Yeah. Deontay Wilder's like, but then it puts paid to it when he agrees to fight Tyson Fury in the same year that he was trying to negotiate with Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
You can't get the fight made.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua goes and fights Povetkin. My man goes and fights Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Who's chatting shit?
Listen, man. That's why I'm an Al Heyman guy.
Yeah. Well,
I'm an Al Heyman guy.
We talked about a potential fight between Wilder and Joshua, and we said in the past if that fight was to happen, it'd be Joshua. Having watched that fight yesterday,
I'm still going with Joshua.
Same. Don't get me wrong, Wilder's got a dangerous right hand.
The only thing is, if Wilder is not the refined person to put Joshua in as much trouble, maybe Fury, and in shape Fury is going to be tricky for Joshua. With Wilder, it's like more than for a layman term. But then with Wilder, it's like, for me, his technique isn't as refined for Joshua to be in as much trouble. The power is there, but techers wise, it's like it's going to be a shootout. And if Joshua lands a straight punch before one of Wilder's looping punches gets to him, then you get what I'm saying?
I 100% agree. You'd probably go with Joshua on size, size and strength. Yeah. But when there's a moving target in front of him, Joshua can't generate any power. If you saw last night, he needs to plant his feet, and for you to slow right down and stand right in front of him before he can get power. He couldn't get any power against Joseph Parker. He couldn't get any power against Carlos Takam. And he couldn't get any power against Povetkin last night.
Pow! Throw them shots out there.
Because all of these were moving targets. He needs you to stand right in front of him. So whereas Deontay Wilder, I think he's more naturally heavy-handed. He just throws his hands in awkward. He doesn't even punch properly. Yeah, and he gets
unpredictable.
He gets crazy power. He shouldn't get power from the way he punches, throws those shots. You know, if you've ever boxed before, you know that you need to turn your arms into it. He doesn't really turn his shot. He just kind of throws his hands, and they're just naturally very heavy. You know, they come from such awkward angles, and Joshua can't read shots that come in 1-2s straight left, straights and then left hooks. He will not be able to read Deontay Wilder. Yeah, and
he was struggling with Povetkin's combinations.
Yeah, Povetkin was throwing shots from awkward angles last night. He was like sort of throwing a kind of an overhand right and then turning into an uppercut. Yeah, from the overhand right, which is like a really awkward.
That uppercut was a thing of beauty.
Yeah, an overhand right and then an uppercut off of it is it's unorthodox. You wouldn't see that. Yeah. And Joshua couldn't read it. He couldn't make an adjustment. They've sort of done this thing where they've loosened Joshua up now. Yeah. And he's taken that to mean, let me just drop my left hand and do some poor Mayweather impression. Maybe I don't know what he was doing with that. Yeah,
Steve is out for his neck today.
Do you know what I mean? No, he's got to show me something. You know, like.
Did you have money on last night?
I'm involved in the Russian government.
Oh my goodness.
No, on the real though, it's just frustrating when you see this in boxing. Someone gets to be the king, and then they just want to sit on what they got, and they don't.
Listen, you know what? The fight's happened. Let's move on. We'll see what happens, and hopefully it is the Wilder fight, surely. And
so I'll ask you, lot.
Yeah.
Looking at Joshua's skill set last night, yeah, were you wowed?
Mate, I was on the edge of my seat. I was cacking it.
But no, I'm just talking about his skill set. You know, him as a boxer, his hand speed, his The finish was
brilliant.
The finish was good, but like I said, Povetkin had slowed right down, and he became a sitting tight. And he had a free leg. He landed a flush right hand, as flush as you.
I like the fact that he kept jabbing at his thumb there, pretty much set himself up.
I think skill wise, it might not be his greatest show, but then I think this was more of it showed his maturity in the ring of how to deal with getting the pressure put on him. Because he wasn't going to just start gunslinging back when he was in trouble.
Stuck it on him.
Yeah.
And, he lost. For me, Joshua lost the first 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Came back. Close rounds, if anything. And that finish just pretty much made up for it.
I think, it was more... I think yesterday was more a show of his mental side of the game than the physical. It was less about him. Yeah, a lot of people say his skills weren't looking too great yesterday. But then mentally you would say... There's a suspicion that he broke his nose at one point.
It looked like that from the first round.
It looked like that, And then also, there's like the barrage of punches that were being landed. He didn't go out there just, went out. He never went out.
No, Joshua has improved since when he was coming through, and he used to just be really aggressive and think nothing about defense. But I do think that he's a limited guy, and I think he's gone as far as he can go. I think his skill set, what he has. It can only kind of maybe be refined a little bit now, but he can't reinvent himself. He's an orthodox boxer, just straight punch, very typically British kind of boxer. Straight punches, very correct, hands up, chin down, 1-2s, 1-2-3s, and it's like it'll take you a long way. It took Klitschko a long way, but when you've got someone like Fury. And then Deontay Wilder, these kind of unorthodox world class fighters, it's a problem. And he doesn't appear to want to test his skill set against those skill sets for some reason.
It's like what Paulie Malignaggi said, which I thought was fantastic. Like, we had Vladimir Klitschko dominate the boxing scene for like about 10 years. And what's brilliant now is all these heavyweights, they all got some sort of like flaws to their game.
Yeah,
and that's what makes it exciting.
But they've also got like some crazy attribute. That's just like really mental, like unorthodox. Like you got Wilder's power and his strange
Wilder's right hand. Fury's movement.
Fury moves like a middleweight, and he's 6'9". You've got Joshua's just the fact that Joshua's star quality and just like his appeal and his physical strength. And he's
specimen, mate.
His physical strength. They've all just got their own kind of like. They're not all kind of robots. Just kind of. They've all got something different. It's a good gel of styles.
It's like Pokemon. You got Blastoise.
It's very true. And then you got guys coming through like Joe Joyce, and you got Daniel Dubois coming through.
Yeah.
I'm sure the rest of the world is producing heavyweights probably, but the UK is definitely the daddy for the heavyweight division right now.
No, I don't remember talking about heavyweight boxing with his passion the past few years.
No, absolutely not. Do you know what I mean?
And you know what?
Like I love Danny Williams, but you know what I mean.
Big up Ollie Harrison.
I know.
Top lads. But you know what? The fights happened. Fantastic finish. It was exciting stuff. Brilliant fight.
It was, It was fun. It was fun to watch. But I just don't like the fact that they've already lined up the Dillian Whyte fight for April. It will happen, like no doubt. So they filled that April slot. So they're not even considering like making a contract with the winner.
And that's nothing against Dillian, because Dillian's been fantastic over the years. He deserves a title shot. It's more the fact that we want Joshua to step it up and fight Wilder Fury.
I know, but like. What's your prediction for the Dillian Whyte fight against Anthony Joshua?
What do you mean in terms of will it happen or
no? It will happen. And then what?
Joshua
knocks him out in about 7 rounds.
Yeah.
And everyone's gonna go, oh look, because he's not on his level. He needs to stop bullying people and start fighting people that are on his level. He better start making those fights. You know what I mean? He's not going to keep packing out these venues for fights that you're going to look at the odds and it's like, oh, Anthony Joshua 1-11.
I don't know, man, because I always used to think that. And then who was the fight before what was the fight before Parker?
Takam, yeah.
And where did he fill up? He filled up, was that Cardiff?
Millennium, yeah.
Where even that shocked me because I remember thinking at the time.
No, because he was supposed to fight Pulev for that.
But even still, I was surprised he got Pulev to fill that with Pulev. I'm surprised
not Pulev though, is it? It's Joshua, man.
Yeah,
I know, but I'm saying in terms of like, I don't get it sometimes. I understand you want to see Joshua fight, But then sometimes I don't get how he's still. This is a stadium that he's filling.
But the fight previous to that was the Klitschko one, wasn't it? So it went Klitschko, Takan, and he was still riding that kind of like that Klitschko fight was so good and fun that like he rode that wave. But now it's like, and then the Parker one was the unification fight, so it's like that's a massive fight. And then he's fighting this level of fighter. Then he's going to Dillian White.
Povetkin was mandatory though, so I can't act like he's some
I know,
bum.
but that could have been overwritten had he had a unification fight.
Yeah, it could have. I'm not denying that. I'm just surprised that people are still buying the product. If they're so dissatisfied, why are people still buying the product?
And then the next one's going to be, you got Pulev against Hughie Fury fighting, and then like the winner of that is going to fight Joshua, and that will be his opponent after Dillian White.
Oh Lord.
Hughie Fury against Joshua.
That's like, and that's the fight. And Hughie Fury's got no power, so he's got.
According to Hennessy, he's an Ali man.
Yeah, well, it's going to be like Ali against Foreman, isn't it? But yeah, and that's going to be his list of opponents for like next year.
I can't see that happening.
I can.
Do you know what? I'm not
Fuck you, man.
I wouldn't like to see it happen, but if it does happen, I won't be surprised at the same time.
This is it, and you know, you're just going to have this cold war that you had with Pacquiao Mayweather, Khan Brook, same thing. You know, there's someone who doesn't want the fight, like the Khan Brook situation. Brook would take that fight in an instant. Why is it not happening? Because Amir Khan doesn't want that fight. Yeah, Pacquiao Mayweather, Pacquiao would have taken that fight in an instant.
That fight happened 8 years too.
8 years too. It was happening again. It's like a bus, and it's like you wait so long for one, and then the two come along. No one needs that in their life. I don't want to see Mayweather Pacquiao again, man. It's just depressing.
I can't believe that was. I don't believe that. I still won't believe that until.
And this is what we've rewarded. Mayweather is the archetype. Yeah, he became the king of the sport, and he sat on what he had. Yeah. And he sort of he played a good game, and he made a lot of money. Yeah. But I'm not here to watch someone make a lot of money. Like celebrate, like, oh look, Mayweather's got another Rolls Royce. That's great, isn't it? Watching 24/7 videos of that. I don't care. Yeah, fight the best. Get in there and fight the best when they're at the top of their game. And we rewarded this with Mayweather, and then he went and fought McGregor, and then and now he's fighting Pacquiao again, and he's gonna make loads and loads of money. Stop rewarding it. Yeah. Start calling as a customer. Vote with your money and say, look, we're not having this. This is nonsense. Fight the best, or you're going to fight Povetkin in a you know, at the bloody Copper Box arena. Do you know what I mean? But and people need to wise up. Do you know what I mean? But Eddie Hearn's done a great job of making boxing a night out and an event. And
mate, it was weird. So last night, right? Yeah, it felt like it had something. A whole different vibe to it.
Glad I forgot to mention he was at the fight.
Yeah, again blowing our TWI profits. You know? Do you know what I mean?
No, I'm looking around and no one was watching the undercards. Like everyone's all dressed up, suited and booted.
This is it.
Girls are looking fantastic.
No one cares about boxing. They care about Anthony Joshua.
I'm watching a Campbell fight. Edge of my seat.
Do you remember you said you went to the a Coley Chamberlain fight that night that you were blowing the weigh-in product profits again? You said that everyone around you went for drinks during the fight because that was when the bar would be empty.
That's
this is what we're dealing with. The sport has become the biggest it's ever been, which is fantastic. But it's become like a weird celebrity Big Brother, celebrity deathmatch thing that we're. It's part of me just wishes it went back to the York Hall, man. Just like some small hall classics, man. Just actual punch ups. Like, do you know what I mean?
I think it's about balance. At the end of the day, they need to find. Yes, it's good to have the big stars, but then they also got to start building the mid card people and. I think this is what differs between like the UFC product is that they had their stars, but then their mid cards also got people interested. Whereas boxing, I find a lot of the time is you've got your big star, and then everyone else is just there. Everyone like very few people, only like the real boxing fans know about the people fighting on undercard.
That's it. I don't care. And but like you say, those top of the show cards that are getting made now. You've got Joshua against Povetkin. You've got Tony Bellew against Usyk. You've got Wilder against Fury. Yeah. Boxing has never been in a better place. But come on, you've got to start making these fair fights and get the Get like
Best
go
fight.
back to those like you look at Hagler Hearns and you just think let's make it that. Let's not make it like some celebrity boxer pulverizing some guy and he's the event.
Shout out Tony Bellew as well for taking that fight because
Nah, props. It's insane. I'm not saying he's biggest fan,
Podcast on that
but
soon for sure, mate.
oh yeah, no, like it's just that's like honestly, it blows my mind to see where British boxing is.
Cool.
But
Let's end this with predictions, yeah? Don't know why I'm asking you, Steve, but yeah, Joshua's next opponent.
I
Tyson
can't.
Fury.
Listen, we would. Do you know what? I can't see it being the winner of Fury and Wilder because I just don't think that's enough time to promote it as much as
For April.
For April. And when's this fight happening? 1st of December.
1st December.
4 months. Actually, yeah, 4 months is enough time to promote it. Whether it will happen, I think
Give us the name, Raymond.
it happens. It happens depending on the winner. If Fury wins that fight, I think it's more likely to happen. If Wilder wins that fight, then it might be Joshua first, Dillian White 2 again.
I think it's still going to be Wilder, regardless whether Fury beats him.
Wilder in April.
I think Wilder in April.
What after a loss?
Yeah, I think it's just
This is what in my most optimistic way. The Dillian White fight is definitely happening in April. However, if Wilder loses to Fury,
yeah.
what we could hope for is that Joshua will fight the loser of that fight at the end of next year. That's the most optimistic we can be.
We'll see.
We'll see.
But yeah.
We'll leave it on that optimistic note.
Let's wrap this up. So yeah, 10th episode of The Weigh-In.
Yeah, it was a cheery, celebratory.
Very fiery episode today. Very fiery episode.
In those stellars. It's just literally gone
Let me
past
tell
12.
episode 10, aka Game of Thrones, and Steve is coming for scalps.
I'm sick of Clive blowing our profits.
But yeah, hope you enjoy that, guys. Peace out.
Yeah, peace.